News of the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas was met with celebration across Gaza. Palestinians took to the streets chanting and dancing in response to the announcement. The news spread quickly and cheering could be heard in tent camps and temporary shelters. The ceasefire agreement follows days of crucial negotiations in Egypt, mediated by the US, Qatar, Egypt and Turkey. Now, over the past 2 years, Israeli attacks have killed more than 67,000 Palestinians, displaced most of the population of Gaza and caused famine across the Strip. Let's now take a closer look at the Palestinians arrested by Israeli forces. Prisoners' institutions say more than 11,100 are now in Israeli prisons, the highest number in decades. That includes 53 women and 400 children under the age of 18. Only 1,400 detainees have been convicted, and more than 3,500 are being held without charge or trial under what Israel calls administrative detention. Well, we're joined now in our studio by our correspondent, Nita Ibrahim. And Nita, can you just talk us through exactly who these prisoners are, what they've been charged with, if a crime at all, and potentially how this process is going to work from here?
Well, we need to talk about this administrative detention first to remind our viewers how many Palestinians are in Israeli jails without even a charge or knowing why they are being held. Sometimes it's over a post, sometimes it's over suspicions, but sometimes it's over the Israeli forces reminding Palestinians that they can control their lives, they can make it more complicated if they even try and think about doing something that will be seen as resisting Israel's military occupation. Now, despite the caution, I can tell you that so many homes in Palestine now are filled with joy. They are hoping that their sons and daughters were going to be part of these deals. The names that are being still discussed, as we understand now in Egypt, are still being formulated. But people are hoping that their sons who are serving life terms, who have no other chance to leave prison but through a swap deal, are now trying to see, are their sons going to be there or not? Let's talk about the most prominent names, including Marwan al-Barghouthi, who's a Fatah leader, who's been seen as a future president. He ranked always very high in polls in Palestine as a future leader. He's seen as someone who was keen on keeping Palestinian unity. His wife is now in Egypt trying to secure that her husband is going to be among those names that are being discussed to be released, especially that we're talking about 250 Palestinians of high sentences and those who are serving life terms who are expected to be released as part of the deal. Now, we have 303 Palestinian prisoners who already are